Hi everybody, it's Tammy with stampwithtammy.com, and I'm here with a quick and easy card for you today. It's actually a gift card holder, and it's sort of a fun fold. So you're going to create this little pocket here just from the flap of the card, and let's get started. Here are our measurements, and I'll also post them in my blog post. We have the berry burst, which is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. This is for the inside, 5 1/4 by 2 1/2, and then 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. The two pieces of designer paper are 5 1/4 each wide. This one is 1 1/4 and 2 1/2. And these are the layers for the front of the card. The berry burst is 2 3/8 by 3 5/8, and then 2 5/8 by 3 7/8 for the pecan pie. So for this card, we're using the Charming Day stamp set. And let's get started. First thing I want to show you is how to do the front of the card. So we're going to fold the card. I find it's easier to go ahead and fold it. That way I'm for sure cutting the right flap. So it opens this way. So I want this part cut right here. Okay. So I'm going to take my paper trimmer. I'm going to open the card up. I'm going to measure it. I want my flap to be 1 1/2 inches. So I'm going to put the card, can you see that? Right here at 1 1/2 inches. Okay, make sure it's straight. Drop this down, and then I want to put my cutting blade right at the score line and just press down and slice. And there you've created your flap. To glue this flap down, what you're going to do is put some liquid glue on each side and then along the bottom. And that will create your pocket. We're just going to close this and kind of make sure that it lines up correctly. And then that will be there. So for the inside of the card, I'm going to use the little branch piece from the Charming Day and some Berry Burst ink. And I'm just going to stamp just a little bit, just like that. And then I'm going to wipe that up so it doesn't get on everything. And then I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal, and this will glue right in here. Okay, now let's decorate the outside. I'm going to put that aside for now. We're going to glue down our designer paper. I feel a little distracted today. I don't know what's going on. And then this one on the top. Just like that. Now let's stamp our flowers. And so I'm going to do Berry Burst and the Happy Birthday to start with. And I'm just going to stamp it up here in the corner. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to put my Berry Burst ink away before I get anything in it. And then I'm going to use the big flower. And I'm going to use my Memento ink. And when they're this big, the stamp, I like to just tap my Tuxedo Black on top of the ink pad and then turn it over. And I'm just going to place it basically wherever I want. But I don't want it to go over the words, although that'd be okay too. Just like that. I'm going to set that aside. Take my little cleaning thing. Okay, now we're going to do some coloring. And I'm going to try and do this quickly. And by no means am I any kind of an artist. I'm going to take, I've got Pecan Pie Light and Dark and Berry Burst Light and Dark. And literally I just pulled those colors right from the designer paper here. And so I'm going to take the dark and I'm going to take the bullet end and I'm just going to kind of highlight the leaves. Very simple. I am not an artist. If you want to really learn how to color with Stampin' Blends, Google it. There's a ton of people out there that just really know how to do it artistically. Now with a light pecan pie, I'm going to just use the paintbrush end and just color in. This set is nice. It's pretty easy to color in and it doesn't take a lot of time. Unless you're an artist, then it probably takes a little bit more time. These blends are really nice, and they're a little bit more than the Stampin' Right markers. I've had a lot of questions because Stampin' Up is discontinuing the markers, not the blends, the markers. And I'm okay with it only because I don't really use the markers that much. The blends are so much nicer to color with. And when you need a new one, you can just replace the color. With the markers there, you have to buy a whole set. So with the dark berry burst and the bullet end, again, I'm just kind of scribbling along the stamped lines. Nothing fancy, really no rhyme or reason. I'm not even really trying to shade anything. I'm just wanting, this will add a little bit of dimension to my flower, and that's all I'm going for. Just like that. And the same with a little flower. Okay. And now I'm going to take my, excuse me, my light berry burst. And can you see the tip on that? I've used this one a lot. I think this is a really pretty color. And really, you're just going to kind of color it in. And when you do, you'll kind of blend in the darker color too. And it won't just look like scribbles. It'll just look like dimension. Okay, just like that. Let's put this all together. I'm going to use the seal. And this first layer is only 1/8 of an inch. So you just see a hint of the berry burst. And then I'm going to do that onto the pecan pie. Now for the hardest part of this card is you have to remember not to glue down here. So I kind of line it up where I want it, just like this, and then I just put my glue down. And then flip it over. Just like that. Now I'm also going to use some of these Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots, but I'm going to use the Petal Pink ones instead of the Berry Burst. I just thought it might give it kind of pulls in the color from the background here. And we're just going to put just a few. There's no rhyme or reason to this either. Somebody told me once odd numbers, so I try and do odd. I don't like that one. There we go. There you have it. A cute little gift card holder. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below, and I'll leave a link to my blog, and it'll have all the measurements for you. Okay? Have a great day. Bye.